right after our group finished our anthology, we went right into making our literary magazine. Our group made Roll Call, which is right here, and it is focused on stories from underrepresented groups. So we have stories from people of color, LGBT voices, people with disabilities, people with mental illnesses. We just kind of wanted to give them a space to share their stories and artwork where we thought they might not have had a place before. So when coming up with this theme, we had initially, like with our anthology, wanted to make a literary magazine that was children's stories from diverse perspectives. So we put out the call, trying to amass all those different submissions for that. We reached out to our friends, we had our friends tell their friends, we messaged people in our classes, we put up flyers in the library, we put up flyers in coffee shops, we texted people that we sort of knew saying, hey, I think you're a writer, would you want to submit something to this? And so we got a lot of submissions, but as we started sorting through them, we realized that most of them did not fit our narrow theme of children's stories. And after reading through our submissions, we decided to adjust it to just be underrepresented voices. And that's something you guys have to be willing to do. So you might have a theme that you really love and fall in love with, but once you start reading through submissions, you realize that a lot of them don't fit that theme. And that's okay. It's okay to adjust your theme to more fit what you guys are receiving. You do not want to deny a good piece of writing just because it doesn't fit your super narrow theme. You want to be able to use the best quality pieces that you receive, so try and adjust it around that. Eventually, we had a lot of submissions and a good amount of artwork and stories, so we started to piece it together, put it in the order that we wanted in, try and design it. And as we were kind of getting into the nitty-gritty details within our group, we encountered a bit of conflict, which is fine. So our group was a group of 4, and we started to have issues with one another. The time crunches are difficult, and some people were not meeting deadlines. And they weren't saying that they weren't meeting deadlines, so we would show up to meetings unsure of what we were going to expect, and it caused a lot of issues. So my advice for you guys is it's okay to have some conflict within your groups. That's totally fine. The key is to communicate. So if you do not have something ready going into a meeting, make sure you let people know ahead of time so you can work around it, so you still have something to do during your meeting, and so you have a plan for how to move forward from there. Certain people are going to have more work than other people. It's important to communicate when you feel overwhelmed, so you can start to delegate those tasks out and make sure that everyone is pulling their own weight, and so that no one feels overwhelmed and you guys fall far behind. So it's okay to fall behind with those internal deadlines as long as you start working together to meet up with them, but you really, really don't want to get too far behind Dr. Bev's deadlines, because it'll be hard to come back from that. It's a very involved project, and you want to make sure that you have the best product you can possibly have by the end of it. And even though we had a lot of conflict within our group, by the end of it, it was something that we all really loved. It ended up being beautiful. We had multiple people working on design. 3 of us were working on copy editing. We didn't really care about the different labels. We just wanted to make sure we had the best possible product that we could have by the end of it.